Hola guys and girls, and welcome to my next Digimon deck showcase, and this time we are showing off my first BT4 deck and the deck with which I actually managed to get third place in this last weekend's June Bandai tournament with a total of 135 players. I went 6-1, only losing to the first player. So yeah, a lot of people obviously already asked, like usually decks which top in these events. The deck lists, are very sought after, so yeah, even more reason to make this video, which, to be fair, I would have done either way, even if I would have gone, if I would have gone 07 or something like that, I probably would have worked on the deck first, but now I'm definitely confident enough to make this video about my Blue Imperial build, and yeah, let's just hop right in, and we start with the Tama lineup, and no real surprises there. We do have, of course, 4 times the Digimon. This is still an Imperial deck. Most of my Digimon have jamming and having the guaranteed draw on attack with jammer, because attacking with jamming you can basically do every time barring the opponent has a strong blocker on the field, and yeah, just gives you the draw. And then so we have 5 Tamers and still can draw. We have 1 Uppamon, which is easy enabled as well, but obviously not as easy as Digimon in these decks, so that's why we have this ratio. But yeah, this is like pretty standard for Imperial, not too much to talk about there. Now go over the rookie lineup. We actually played a total of 15 rookies, so that's quite a lot, even for me. I mean, I usually like to go around 13 or 14 rookies in my deck, so don't minimize bricking chance. But yeah, at first I had Tamer in there, but then I reduced hybrids, and yeah, 15 rookies seems to be a good number. You never run out of rookies, basically, and if you need to go wide to kill your opponent, you have that option for sure. But first, let's go with the first 4, which are, of course, the Strabimon, which has a nice on-play effect that we can search in the top 3 cards for Tamers and or Hybrid Digimon. In total in this deck we have 13 cards this card can search out for. So not a guaranteed chance for sure, but a very high chance to find these Digimon. And these are usually very high impact or very important Digimon. Oh, and Tamer, of course. If you don't have Davis on the field yet, this deck struggles too, so finding Davis is very important as well. That's why we play 4 of these Strabimon. Like I said, not a guaranteed find in this deck. Statistics are, I don't know like how big they are in favor or even not in favor, but they find important cards, that's why it's here. But still, you always have to think when to play this, because for example, sometimes you're fishing for an Imperial Dramon, and yeah, Imperial Dramon obviously not a hybrid, so if you reveal that Imperial Dramon, you will just put it to the bottom of your deck. So this is not just like this on-play effect, just throw it on the field and see what happens. You have to at least put a little bit of work in to think about when to play Strabimon and when to not to. But yeah, that's that. Then next up we got the Jamming Vmon, of course. Yeah, pretty standard for Imperial Dramon as well. Is a rookie jammer which potentially can get ready as well. Can put a lot of pressure in the early stage in the game. Barring the opponent has a blocker out, which sadly in this current meta game is pretty easy for the opponent to do, since a lot of people like the 1-cost blockers for green, black, and yellow came out, and purple as well. So there's a lot of people play a lot of blockers, so it's not as effective as it used to be, but still very nice. Gives you a guaranteed draw of Digimon as well, if you're like fishing at the beginning of the game for specific cards, since you're like breaking like a lot of options or something like that. But yeah, Vmon pretty straightforward, great rookie, one of the best rookies probably, and of course we play 4 of them. Then next up we do have a pretty boring lineup of the other 7 rookies we have in the deck, which are 7 2-cost rookies. The ratio there doesn't really matter. We have 3 Goemon and 4 Elecmon, but 7 in total I have in the deck. These come into play nicely for 1 if you want to go wide, of course. And with Davis you can always you can choke the opponent really nicely, because most of our Digivolution cards are 2-cost, but the opponent has a Tamer as well. But this gives, specifically for one of our level 4s, it's very important to have always a rookie on the field or in the raising area. And with these 2-cost rookies, they're just so cheap, so it's very easy to just throw them on the field and yeah, have a rookie sitting there. And especially if you have other threats on the field, like a Dramon, which is about to evolve into an Imperial Dramon or something like that, usually the removal is focused on that and they leave the rookie alone, because it's just a rookie, like what can it do? But yeah, once we go to a level 4, I will tell you what a rookie actually can do in this deck. But yeah, this is Elecmon and Goemon, to be fair as well, here is he. But yeah, all 2-cost, just 3k. Pretty straightforward vanilla rookie. And these are my 15 rookies. Now going over the champion level 4 Digimon, and yeah, let's first get the standard ones out of the way. I play 3 Gorillamon. It's like I said, once again vanilla, very boring as well. Just you play for the 1-cost evolution cost. I like this still more over the what's called like the fish rocket thingy, which only costs 3 to play. one cost evolutions were as 3k, like all of them, all of the colors got them for BT4. I think I actually don't know if all of the colors, but at least colors are played. But yeah, why I like this more, because this is out of Nidhogg range, which I think is important, and out of here the Wargrowlmon range, the yellow one, because it gives minus 4k, and that comes into play quite a lot. Especially the Wargrowlmons, like Nidhoggmon, are very often played Digimon. And yeah, this you don't have to worry about that. Obviously, the free cost champion gives you a little bit more, yeah, helps you deal with bricking. But since this deck has a lot of tutoring with Davis, you will see later on, and Strabimon, we play 15 rookies in total. I think we can safely assume in this deck we don't have to struggle as much as other decks maybe, and always have can Digivolve into Gorodamon. Don't have to play a hard play. In the tournament, actually, I only bricked twice. Like from all the best, like 7 best of 3 games, 2 games out of them I bricked a rookie at the beginning. All of them were fine. So yeah, I think we are fair playing with Gorodamon, giving us a little bit more resilience with some of the removal out there. Okay, next up, we do play free blocker as well. I see some variants which don't play any blocker at all, which is, in my opinion, you could do, but it definitely helps the consistency to have some blocker on the field. If this deck runs optimally, like if you draw perfectly, you have your starting hand and stuff like that, you don't need blockers in this deck. Like you can just go super aggressive, you don't have to care about blocking. But as soon as you some cards are missing and you need to buy some turns to like get to the good stuff, to like get your Imperial Dramon for your Paradramon or something like that, then these blockers are essential in buying those turns. Like so many games were saved just because I had a blocker on the field and the opponent didn't have lethal yet. That's why I still like to playing free Grizzlymon, because like I said, even with all the draws and tutoring, it's not guaranteed that you always have what you want. And even in worst case scenario, and you don't need to block it, it's just a 2-cost evolution. So it's still useful in that regard. But yeah, especially with other aggressive decks, blockers can save your life. Versus Rookie Rush, these are your lifeline. If you get a blocker out early, you will most likely win. If you don't get a blocker out early, I think the edge goes to Rookie Rush, so that's why these are even more important there. Sorry for the cut there, I just hit my camera and fell over, so I had to cut there. But yeah, that's Grizzlymon for you. Pretty straightforward. It's a blocker. You already played him since BT1, so you should know what he does. But yeah, now to the actually hybrid part of my level 4s. We play a total of 12 there, by the way. These were 6 now, 3 Gorilla, 3 Grizzly. Now let's look at our hybrids, and we do play 2 Lowmon. 2 times these standard Lowmon 2-cost, which you can play on the Tamer. We only played 2 of them. I used to play more of them, but then I had more Tamers as well. But since I reduced the Tamers, I had to reduce them as well. Or not, I did not have to, I could reduce them as well. Let's say it like this. And yeah, these are just pretty nice to get a surprise attack out of just putting on a Davis in late game and get an extra attack off. Obviously, you always want to have Davis on the field, so you have to be, can't just do that willy-nilly. You need Davis on the board for a lot of things which cost 3 or more, and still be able to do stuff in the same turn. So only do that if you have multiple Davises or if it's for lethal. Then this can be like a nice surprise attack, and that's why you have the Lowmon. Otherwise, most of the times we'll just play it on a rookie to evolve and have a hybrid on the level 4 slot, so we can have our Beowulfmon being safe, which you will see later on. But yeah, I decided to just play 2 of them, because I decided to play 4 of the Promo Lobomon, which, yeah, we got introduced. We actually got this in the metagame before Japan got, like, at this point, the BT4 metagame, Japan did not have these, that's what I mean with that. With a very nice when Digivolve effect, which is, when this Digivolves, you can only pay 1 to get guaranteed into an Ancient Garurumon, which only costs 1 then. And of course, yeah, Inheritable, that costs 2 less, so you can evolve into Ancient Garurumon for free, instead of 5. So yeah, at first I had the standard, which I saw most people doing in the Japan meta, which bring 4 of these Lowmon and then 2 Kendo Garurumon for your hybrids. But Kendo Garurumon felt bad. I didn't want to play Kendo Garurumon. 3 cost evolution for level 4 is usually not what you want. So I decided, okay, let's reduce the Kendo Garurumon, put 2 Promo Lowmon in there, because the hybrid is well for the ancient, not for Beowulfmon. You can't play this on a Tamer, sadly. This can only go on a rookie. But I had a 4-2 split there, and then I thought, okay, I have this in the deck. Why not add an Ancient Garurumon? So I added 1 Ancient Garurumon, and once in the one game that worked out, I could do this effect. I liked it so often. Okay, just fuck it. Let's put 2 of the 4 of those in, and only 2 Lowmon. I put more Ancient Garurumons in, and this is the reason why you need a rookie on the field. This card right here, because if you have a rookie in the field and a Davis, for some reason you add free memory. You can just, for free memory, you can get an Ancient Garurumon out, have 2 attacks with 13k, potentially more if you have another hybrid on the field, especially Beowulfmon, then this card's just OP. Which will destroy itself, yes, but it has of course the on-deletion effect that it replaces itself on Ancient Garurumon. Actually, let's show it right here. Ancient Garurumon. As you can see, the second line is the on-deletion effect, so it just replaces himself with another hybrid if you have another hybrid in hand. And this won me so many games. The opponent feels safe, he just got rid of my Imperial Drummond and stuff like that. I only have a rookie on the field, and then nope, boom, bang, free memory, and we have 2 additional attacks, potentially even more. And 13k, which is of course, very strong. Sadly, he doesn't have gemming, so he does die, for example, versus Chaosmon or something like that, which did happen. So we don't get both attacks off. But still, Ancient Garurumon, the combo with Lowmon, did win me a few games. Definitely surprised the opponent there, because usually versus Imperial Drummond, you don't have to worry about that. Like once the thing you have to be threatened by is if I have a Pale Drummond on the field, which can evolve into the Imperial Drummond to obviously get my 3 attacks off. I mean. But with this, there's an additional threat. If I just have to have a rookie on the field, and it can already be troublesome for the opponent. But yeah, this is my level 4, and this is like the core reason why we play hybrids. Yeah, so now let's go to our level 5 slot, which is pretty straightforward, because of course it's an Imperial Drummond deck, so we play for Pale Drummond. Because Imperial Drummond and Pale Drummond is just OP. You have a 12, you get, first of all you can attack with him, evolve, get ready, attack twice because the inheritable of Pale Drummond. And that's 3 attacks in one turn, with a 12k gemming Digimon, which the opponent doesn't want to block, since obviously it's 12k, and doesn't die, since it's at gemming, barring 2 some option cards. So yeah, that's of course the core of the deck, the main reason we play this. Imperial Drummond is still a mainly Imperial Drummond deck, because this is just way too strong. It needs more setup though than other combos, for example. But yeah, Pale Drummond is the reason. It's like if you play Imperial Drummond, you always play Pale Drummond 4 times. Like that's nothing changed there for the last meta game. So that's why we play those. But yeah, pretty straightforward. 7k Gemma with 3 cost evolution, and yeah, that's why, like I said, 3 cost. At this point, everything costs 3 cost. So we want our Davis on the field once we are starting to play our level 5 Digimon, so we can always play them and attack the same turn potentially. But yeah, that's a Pale Drummond. Like I said, nothing much changed there compared to the last meta game. And then our 4 level 5s are Beowulfmon. I decided to play no Dino Beamon and instead Beowulfmon. Beowulfmon, for one, of course, is a Gemma as well, so he gets ready with Imperial Drummond as well, and has a nice effect if he has a hybrid in its source or a Tamer. I mean, I guess if you have a Tamer in your source, you have automatically a hybrid in your source as well. This card cannot be attacked. So you can just keep swinging with 7k. Most of the blockers, barring like some of the stronger blockers, will not be able to block this. All the 5 and 6k blockers will just let it go. And then, especially with green, like people have a hard time removing this. Not a lot of, like, of course there are some things which have option cards and stuff like that, but most of the time, especially, I mean, green is the prime example of that, most of the removal is through combat. This is immune to Chaosmon and stuff like that, like the green-black one, of course. And yeah, you can just keep swinging with him, and he's ready to sometimes be ready with Imperial Drummond. Of course, it costs 5 to play Imperial Drummond on that. But let's be real, everyone out there who played Imperial Drummond, did it ever feel good? Did you ever want to put an Imperial Drummond on a Dino Beamon? From my experiences, the answer is definitely a big no. I always waited for Pale Drummond to put Imperial Drummond on that, never on Dino Bee. So Beowulfmon just does way more in that regard. And of course, he is synergized as well with the Ancient Garurumon later on. We cannot play him out because level 5 with the on-deletion effect of Ancient Garurumon. But if we can make attack with him twice, since he gets ready with Ancient Garurumon's effect, then, like I said, we get just way too many attacks off, and usually that's a GG at this point for the opponent, with very little setup. But yeah, that's Beowulfmon for you. Like I said, very strong that he can't be attacked for a Digimon which wants to attack every turn with quote-unquote only 7k, so every level 6 Digimon and some level 5 Digimon, even some level 4 Digimon with like good inheritables are stronger than that, but we don't have to worry about that. They will have to play an option to remove this, or have like some effect on a Digimon, which, for example, like Wargreymon together with Salamon would be enough with minus 7k. But yeah, these are my level 5 Digimon, 8 in total. Then we go to our level 6, and of course, like I said, it's an Imperial Drummond deck, so we play 4 times Imperial Drummond. Makes all of my Gemma ready. With Pale Drummond we get a lot of attacks off, 12k, very strong. And yeah, like I said, I guess I did make a deck tech for Imperial Drummond as well, but yeah, this is just super strong. Gets us a lot of attacks off yeah, with only very little memory. Only 3 you need for that, for the Pale Drummond combo. And yeah, that's how you win games usually. With or like, at least you can put pressure out early with this. Like, at least get rid of 3 to 2 securities with Imperial Drummond, and then you can wait for your ancient combo, or just go white with rookies, or have a surprise attack with Lobomon to end the game. But yeah, this is great to just exert pressure on the opponent and yeah, have him always fear that there's like some combo out there which makes me get off a few surprise attacks here and there, and boom, he has lost. But yeah, that's a Imperial for you, very straightforward. He's the main reason we play this deck. But he's not the exciting thing in this deck, obviously. Imperial Demon, you all have seen Imperial Demons decks doing well. So what's different in my deck, of course, is the hybrid core, which we have with 2 Ancient Garurumons. I already showed them on screen earlier. The main thing we will play him with is with the Bindigible effect of Lobomon, so he will not be on the field for long. In some games, I actually played him regularly, like with the inheritable effect of the promo Lobomon that only costs 3 to Digivolve into, and then he kept staying on the field, having multiple attacks, because he has the one attacking effect, of course, that he can make 2 Garurumons or hybrids ready, himself included, since he is a Garurumon. Sadly, he's not a hybrid. I just find that out rather recently, so I cannot search him out with Strabimon. But yeah, he makes himself ready, he makes Beowulfmon ready. Theoretically, he makes Lobomons ready as well, but of course Lobomons most of the times don't survive the security checks since they're only 5 or 4k. But yeah, with Beowulfmon on the field, this card just gets insane, like I said. And the combo with the promo Lobomon is why we play this, because, I mean, this whole deck is about, not really, like, Paydramon is not a surprise there, but getting a lot of attacks off in one turn, which just overwhelms the opponent. He doesn't have enough blockers, or he doesn't want to sacrifice his blockers, because all of these are strong. And yeah, just win the game from there. So that's why you play 2 Ancient Garurumon there. Then, for the option cards, we can go very quickly over, of course, 4 times Hammer Spark. It's great in hand, great security. Sometimes you can draw too many, like sometimes you need a Digimon and then you draw another Hammer Spark, and that can be kind of troublesome. But yeah, it's a 0 cost, gain 1 memory card. It's just very strong, like super strong, super good. You never want to not play Hammer Sparks in your blue deck. So yeah, very straightforward. Just makes you a lot of options what your plays are. Every time, like Digimon, of course, has the memory mechanics, so it's very easy to play around what the opponent wants to do by just allowing him X amount of memory. And with Hammer Spark, you just cheat your way out of that. You make plays the opponent couldn't account for, and yeah, that's Hammer Spark. You always play Hammer Spark in blue decks. Very, very easy to follow. And then we do play 2 Cocytus Breath. I decide over Cocytus Breath over Omnimon, because I like Cocytus Breath more, because it needs less setup. For Omnimon, it's arguably better. It costs 1 less memory, removes more. This just puts it to hand, but it needs your level 6 on the field. And theoretically, in our deck, we only have 4 level 6 on the field. Like I said, Ancient Garurumon most of the time is going to be played with the promo Lobomon's effect, so he will remove himself, and putting Omnimon on that, which will then remove himself, you would lose the on-deletion effect of Ancient Garurumon to replace you with a hybrid, so you close to never want to do that. And yeah, Imperial Demon is just, I think it's good on its own on the field already, since he can make himself ready. If you are scared that he will die to an attack of the opponent, you can just attack 1 time less and have him ready. And then every other removal is for Omnimon as well. And Cocytus Breath just needs less setup. It won definitely in the final rounds. It did win me some games having this in security as well, to be fair. So that's always a factor to consider too. And for example, versus Mega Zoo decks, I think this is better than Omnimon, because it just needs less setup. You just need 1 Cocytus Breath and you put the Chaosmon in like a subway deck back to hand for only 7 when you send at 10 already due to him playing a big boy Mega or something like that. You can just very easily reset the turn, and actually in these kind of decks I enjoy Cocytus Breath more than Omnimon. But yeah, that's personal taste. You can probably change that to Omnimon if that's what you feel like. But that's my reasoning for Cocytus Breath, and I hope that made sense. And then last but not least, of course, we got free Tam, we got free Davis. I already mentioned, like, very important to get to the free memory. Like this is a card I actually could play 4 times here as well, but then I would probably bump up my Lobomon count. Because like I said, the promo Lobomon is more for surprise lethal attacks. It's not, you don't want to do this mid-game because you need Davis on the field, barring you have multiple Davises, for example, by someone was the security or something like that. But yeah, great Tamer, which just tutors out anything in the deck, barring option cards or other Tamers. So yeah, and sets you to free, which is important for Paydramon, for Beowulfmon, for the promo Lobomon combo, for the Imperial Dramon. If you don't get Davis out, this deck definitely struggles a lot more than other decks. But yeah, that's why we have 3 of them, that's why we have all the tutors and all the drawing to make sure that we draw Davis. But yeah, that's pretty straightforward for that as well. And that finishes the deck. That's the deck in total. That's my Imperial Hybrid build, in which I went in the June Bandai tournament 3rd place, only losing to the first player who went in first. I got 3rd place because there was one guy who drawed early on in the tournament, and then only won, so he's like 6-0-1, where I was 6-1, so that's why I'm 3rd place, but I'm not too mad about that, because the pricing system is either way the same for 3rd and 2nd place. So yeah, this is my Blue Imperial build. Of course, let me know in the comments what you think about it. What would you change? What do you think will work? Did you try it out? Did you not try it out? What is your favorite deck as of now in the BT4 meta? And yeah, that's all from me. I hope you did enjoy. If you did, leave a like, comment, subscribe, you know the deal. Hit me on Twitter, Facebook, all the links in the description. And I will see you another time. Ciao!